I think I'm gonna make me some tea. Hi, you guys. I'm sorry. I need to get some tea. How are you doing? Have you been waiting long? I'm outside, so the lighting is not like, it's not the best, but who cares, right? I'm an amateur. I love like chamomile tea with honey. You guys, we're gonna be talking about a really sensitive thing today. It's gonna be real sensitive, so I want you guys to prepare. It's not like you know, not bad, but it's going to be sensitive. It's going to be really sensitive. It's going to be about, it's literally going to be about like, it's going to be about forgiveness. And I know that's hard. That's a hard, oh, this is hot. Is this lighting okay? Or should I do it here? This is better. This is better. You think this is better? This is better. I'll go this way. I'm on my patio, as you can see. And so I thought I would sit up here, sit out here, because it's such a nice night. It's a little breezy. Looked like we were gonna get rain, but we didn't get rain. But man, I'm getting so many downloads, you guys. And it's so crazy because I'm starting to realize how beautiful she is, the gentleness of the feminine energy, how delicate she was created to be in this time. Like it's just so, you know, her emotions are delicate and vast and have many colors, and her relationships with people the same way, and we don't take enough time to realize that when a woman becomes to a place that the delicacy of her flower, her being beautiful, her being a flower, her being forgiving, understanding, patient, has been taken away. So what she did is she literally decided, I'm going to draw in. I'm going to draw in. And she did a Scorpio style permitting. And I think this is a beautiful time for her. And I think she has something, this quality that you guys, you're one in a million. You're able to bear children. You're able to create human beings. It all depends in the stewardship of the parent, how that child may give back to the world. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. But when you see people like that, you always wonder, like, how were they raised? When you see a man that gaslight a woman and make her think that she is his world, what makes people do that is always an origin to the pain that creates the behavior. And when we start realizing that the behavior is the pain unhealed, wrapped up deep within that person, and then we sit here and we try to recover for being in their pathway. But the one thing, by watching the evolution of the feminine energy, to watch her, her sensitive heart, and you know, she the ones that do know why they're hermiting, the ones that do know why they pulled themselves back, we know why we know why it happened. And those that are not sure, you're just so in pain, you just, it's almost like a burn. You can't get comfortable. You can't, because the person didn't think of your regard, or how much you desire to love them or to be for them, and to give of yourself unconditionally without being judged. It's so crazy because a lot of us in this reality, we have experiences of relationships, and the experiences of relationships determine how we bring ourselves into the world. So I wanted to talk about forgiveness because forgiveness transforms you. Forgiveness rewires your mind. Forgiveness gives you freedom of speech and power in what you say. Forgiveness is so powerful, but yet many of us fear its power. Many of us fear letting go of the ego to surrender to forgiveness. And forgiveness comes in many forms. Sorry, I'm outside. It's always the smallest motorcycles that make the biggest noise. But anywho, I digressed. But just being understanding of how forgiveness makes you so vulnerable. Forgiveness is like having an infection in your body. And what forgiveness does, it opens the womb and it takes care of it, and it heals it on a nuclear level. And have you ever seen anyone that had got, like an infected womb? How it's just bad. Oozes. Think about that. And that's what you do with your pain. You hide it in there. And when you start forgiving, you're literally going in there with a syringe and you're clearing out the infection. Because the infection can start with a very little thing, and then it moves through the body. That's when you become sepsis. So if you think that's what we're doing with the injuries that lie within our bones, the injuries that lie within our heart, because we can't let it go. We can't find a way to see beyond it. That doesn't mean that when you decide to forgive, because forgiving is loving, and loving is forgiving. And the more you love, the more you can forgive, and the more you forgive, the more you feel love, and the more you want to love. There's no disconnect from it. So the more you decide that I think I want this in my journey, I really want to be able to be empowered when I walk into a room, because I'm not shrinking because I'm feeling some kind of way because I chose not to heal. So when you choose to heal, you can walk into your room as you are, with power, Like, that's what makes you powerful. It makes you powerful because you don't have any animosity toward anyone. In fact, that's when everything around you will change. Even your thought process will change. How you see people will change because forgiveness changes the way you think. Forgiveness teaches you how to love. And it's like the feminine energy will always, and I'm just saying this to the men, and I think, maybe some women will have a problem with this, but I truly believe the feminine energy will eventually forgive you, because it's not in her makeup to hold down too long. It's in her makeup to hold down when she feels threatened. But I think as that thread begins to start changing, you're going to start seeing the feminine energy change. And some of you that have decided to go on this healing journey, some of you guys, or because there's stages, some of you guys are at that stage that you're going to start dating. And what's so complicated about when you get to that place where you start dating, because that means that you shifted in your healing to a certain place that in order to elevate once again, you need to have connection, because it's in connection you see yourself better. Isolation, hermiting, whereby it's good for a short time, and it's good when you're working on some things, it's good when you're on a project, but it's not to be for forever, because it is in your nature to be forgiving. It is in your nature to love. It is in your nature to nurture. Women are the builders. That's why it's so important for us when we have children to realize the power that you have in your hand, and that who you decide to love, whoever you decide to love, it will be, how can I say it, detrimental to how you raise your children. Because the hate, when someone spreads their hate or their contempt or whatever, it's not personal to you. It's personal to them. Because what happens is when you got that thing inside of you that's not been healed, that thing that causes you discomfort at the time that is triggered, that thing can be so deep inside of you that you hate everything that is around you. You have no good words. My mom used to say a lot, if you can't say anything nice, then don't say it at all. And I believe that even more today. If you have nothing to say nice, don't say it at all. But as we are in this time shift, the females, most times they're out in the summer, now they're indoors. And they're indoors integrating that energy because they know their mission. And the ones that don't know their mission, they're getting ready to learn their mission. They're getting ready to see their mission. They will find their mission. And in the meantime, the masculine energy is freaking out because nothing's working. Nothing's working. And it was so crazy because when I was thinking about doing this, it was truly about forgiveness. But then I was on Facebook, you know, I was trying to see who I was going to invite and whatever. And it was kind of crazy because this girl came on and she was talking about how she works in a nursing home, and that she said women don't worry about the men. And the reason she was saying that is because a lot of men are aging alone, and it's sad because they don't have to. But because of the pride that lies within there, the ego, not being able to surrender their heart and to become peace with themselves so they can once again be in the presence of the feminine energy. The feminine energy has friendships, numbers. I often wonder how many men really know their friends, their guy friends' personal information, because girls do that all the time. There's times we go on dates and we have our friend take the picture, the guy's driver's license picture, because, you know, we will take care of each other and make sure each other is safe. You know what I'm saying? So guys don't have that. They don't have that. You know, we have that. And so it doesn't surprise me that women are folding into themselves together. They're doing it in unison. And some of you guys are starting to date again in unison, because you see it is a cycle. It's a cycle how you do this. Someone just asked me who am I talking to on the chat, and he said he's the only one on the chat, but I'm talking to whoever falls on my For You page. And if you're not on my For You page, you will be. And if you're here, you were energetically brought here. And so you will see it. So I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for showing up, showing out. Look in my bio. My merch is there. And I thank you for listening. Have a good night. Bye-bye.